Hello! Today we're going to learn about crime scene processing. How to process a crime scene. Crime scene personnel. Who does what? Police officers, usually the first person on the scene, secures the scene to prevent loss or damage of the evidence. Crime scene investigators, CSI, documents the crime scene, searches for photographs, and collects evidence at the crime scene to send to the evidence lab. The forensic pathologist, sometimes called medical examiners or coroners, present only if there is a body, identifies the body, informs next of kin of death, observes the crime scene and state of the body, and collects the body and brings to the lab for autopsy. Detectives usually interview the witness, investigate the crime to find a suspect, uh, look at the evidence from the crime scene, and leads from witnesses. Watch the video about protecting the crime scene. After, answer the questions in your notes, including drawing the CSI outfit that you must wear. The process of processing a crime scene. Read the article by Detective Don Penvin to learn how. The article is called The Basic Stages for a Crime Scene Investigation, a Possible Homicide. Then, on the next slide, you will put the steps in order. In your notes, write the steps in the proper order based on what you read in the article. These steps need to be put in the proper order. Here is the key. First, secure the crime scene to be sure only authorized personnel enter or exit. Second, walk the perimeter of the crime scene looking for possible evidence as to the suspect's point of entry. 3. Photograph the scene and each piece of possible evidence, overall shots, mid-range shots, and close-up shots. 4. Make a sketch crime scene. 5. Collect the evidence and send it to the lab. Crime scene search methods. Spiral. Great for use in large indoor or outdoor areas with few obstacles. One officer starts in the center of the crime scene and spirals out, while the other officer starts on the outside and spirals inward. Officers pass each other and check over the other's area to be sure nothing was missed. Strip or parallel. Used for smaller outdoor areas or indoor crime scenes. Two officers conduct the search together, starting at opposite ends of the scene and walking in imagined lines of about 2 feet in width. Officers pass each other and check over the other's area to make sure nothing was missed. Grid. Similar to the parallel method, used for outdoor areas or indoor crime scenes that contain a lot of items or debris, where evidence may be harder to find. Two officers conduct the search together, one going left to right, the other one going up and down. When finished, officers swap roles and walk over the area again to be sure nothing is missed. The quadrant or zone, often used in very small scenes like elevators or bathrooms. The scene is broken into zones and sometimes further divided, especially for larger scenes. One or more officers is assigned to imagined zones in the area. Once searched, another officer searches zones to be sure nothing is missed. What is on the evidence label? Case number, evidence label, location, address, area in the scene, the description of the evidence, the time and date recovered, and who recovered it. The evidence bag seal. The evidence bag must be sealed with tape, initialed and dated across the tape and bag. Why? So if the bag is open, the signature would be skewed or ripped, and it would be obvious the evidence was tampered with. Crime lab analysis. Evidence bags are sent to specialists in the crime lab to be analyzed. Results are provided to detectives and used in court. The chain of custody links crime scene to the courtroom. Crime scene evidence being found at the crime scene evidence being found at the crime. Evidence label being filled out. Lawyer using the crime scene evidence to tie the suspect to the crime. Importance of the chain of custody. Chain of custody, or chain of possession, is a written record for each person who has assessed a piece of evidence. Proper labeling at the crime scene is the first step in the chain. Documentation of the chain of custody is often printed on the evidence bag itself. Seeks to hold individuals accountable for not altering evidence taken from a crime scene. If the chain is broken, the evidence is often deemed ineligible to be used in court. Now that you have finished the notes, you are ready to take the quiz and finish watching the video and reading the article.